Eagle, Eagles! That's right, baby. Eagles starting in about an hour. This is Joey G. What's up? Monday night. And guess what? I'm off tomorrow. And I'm happy. Rarely do I have off on a Monday, on a Tuesday, that I can watch Raw and enjoy it and I don't have to worry about going to bed. I can watch the Eagles, which I'll be flipping back and forth. And I'll be honest with you guys. And this has a little something to do with my little show right now. Is, I'm probably going to be watching more of the Eagles. This ain't a Deuce Staley jersey. This isn't a Asante Samuel jersey. I was looking for a black Eagles jersey to wear today. So I wore this. It's representative. I know Asante Samuel's on, I think, the Falcons now. But I remember he was on the Patriots and he came to the Eagles. He played, he did pretty good here. But that's not why I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk, this is a wrestling show. Doing a Raw preview tonight. I really don't know much about Raw tonight. I know it's in England. You know that. It's at Wembley, the Wembley Arena, whatever it's called, O2 Arena, whatever it is over there, and it's in Liverpool, from where the Beatles are from. The Beatles, the Motley Crue, and the Rolling Stones. I like them. I'm from England. That's what I would have sounded like back in the 60s if I was from, England. Like the British, man. Yeah, man, that's my kind of thing, man. Motley Crue, you like Motley Crue? I love Motley Crue, man. They're so great, man. The Beatles, you like the Beatles and Ringo Starr and George Harrison and Paul McCartney and John Lennon? Believe in positions, man. But what I'm talking about today is larger-than-life superstars. The Raw preview, all I know is John Cena is going to be there, and it's in Liverpool. It's in Liverpool, England tonight. That's all I really know about Raw. I didn't go on the internet. I had a lot to do this afternoon. My Adidas. Got to kick it every night. Every time I got them on, I got to say that. It got me thinking of the old Run DMC Raising Hell days, you know what I mean? But larger than life. And I was listening to Don Tony and Kevin Castle, and I don't bite off them, but they have a lot of things, to say, and I can bring into my show, and put them, to making examples out of, and larger-than-life superstars. And I remember hearing about, I guess it was before WrestleMania 30 this year, 2014, as we're coming to a close. I mean, we're, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I mean, I think Thanksgiving is what? Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away? Yeah, Thanksgiving is 2 weeks. Hold on. Thanksgiving is the 27th. All right, Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. It's 2 weeks from this Thursday, yeah. Thursday will be the 13th, yeah. So we're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas, you know what I mean? And if you're Jewish, you get Hanukkah. I'm half and half, so, I'm a lucky of the breed. But, larger-than-life superstars, and what they were going on is, in the 80s, in the early 90s, you had big superstars. Hulk Hogan was larger than life. You know what I mean? And there was a question, but I'm getting to. Is Daniel Bryan the next Hulk Hogan? Is Daniel Bryan, this is before he got injured and everything. This was in February of this year. Right after the Royal Rumble this year. Is Daniel Bryan the next Hulk Hogan? I never even heard somebody say, is John Cena the next Hulk Hogan? I might have heard is Stone Cold or The Rock in that category, because Stone Cold or The Rock are none like Hulk Hogan. Well, maybe The Rock in a way, but Austin's the anti-hero. You know what I mean? And as I want to make an example of this, now if you're on a train, okay, you remember, when they were in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center about a month ago, in the beginning of October, right? And Dean Ambrose said, fuck it, I think I'm going to go have something to eat and I'm going to go to Coney Island. And he got on the L. On the subway, which was probably filmed during the day. You know what I mean? Because I remember Buddha told me he went to the 4th of July Raw at the Wachovia Center. I was locked up then. And all that stuff, the barbecue and the fireworks and everything, Buddha said, you heard that right in the beginning of Raw. But they didn't air that until near the end of the show. But you could hear the fireworks going off in the beginning of the show. Outside. But, they didn't show it on TV until, nearly the end of the Raw. I don't know. I like I said, I didn't have cable in jail. So, you know what I mean? But that's when DX first reunited. The new the newer version with just Triple H and Shawn Michaels, which I think was the shittiest DX ever. Two guys in their 40s running around like you're still in your early 30s or late 20s. I mean, that was stupid. You should have just had Hunter and Shawn best friends, and you want to call it DX, call it, but you can't call it DX. I mean, like I said, the best DX ever was the first DX. I'm not talking about what X-Pac, because X-Pac is Click. X-Pac's DX for life. The Outlaws, they're not a part of the Click, and I never was a big New Age Outlaw fan. I thought Billy Gunn would become a megastar. You know what I mean? A larger than star life. He does have that body. But what I'm getting at is when Dean Ambrose got on that train, if you didn't watch WWE, and somebody on that train, like say like I was on that train, and there was some, dude, regular ass dude sitting next to me, and I said, yo man, that's Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley from the WWE. And the dude next to me would probably be like, yeah, that's great. And would continue doing whatever on his iPod or reading his paper or reading his book or, you know what I mean, playing with himself, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude, or the female or whatever, whoever I was talking to or sitting next to. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Now, if Hulk Hogan was on that train, or the Ultimate Warrior, or Andre the Giant, or The Undertaker, or even Shawn Michaels, or Bret Hart, people would know. You know what I mean? People would know. Now, maybe it's because Ambrose is newer, but if you look back now, this crop of people like the Wyatts, Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins, all three of them, the newer generations that's coming up. Now, you put them in the Attitude Era, with that Attitude roster, with The Rock, Austin, and all of them. Where are the Wyatts and, Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns, The Authority? Well, The Authority's Triple H. It's just like the McMahon. It's just like 1990, the end of 1999, beginning of 2000 again. Except Triple H isn't wrestling this time, and he ain't the WWE World Champion. He's just the owner. He's the second simple owner of the company now. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna do a show tomorrow night. What if Triple H and Stephanie get divorced? Because if they do, Triple H ain't got nothing. He don't have no ownership to that company. There's no prenup in that he gets half of the company split. He gets divorced from Stephanie. He's in the doghouse. That sucks. I wouldn't get married her. I don't care how big her tits are, how hot she is, how rich she is. Because, Hunter, you're from Greenwich, Connecticut. You got to have money, dude. I mean, there was a story on here where, he hung with the Clique, but, he didn't drink. He didn't smoke cigarettes. He didn't smoke weed. He didn't take pills. He didn't do anything. You know what I mean? He didn't party. He, once in a while he'd have a drink. He'd have a cigarette. You know what I mean? He'd blow a line once in a while. But that's it. You know what I mean? He wasn't a partier. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Nash says, we would all travel in our jerseys and, looking like Bob Seger. And Hunter would always have slacks on. He would have a sport coat on. He would look, you would see us. You would see me, Scott, Kid, and HBK. He's like, then you see Hunter. And then as time went on, Hunter started wearing jeans. Like after Kevin Scott left and went to WCW, and then, DX started, then you would start seeing Hunter wearing jeans and everything and breaking into his own person. You know what I mean? But there was a story on here that said, X-Pac, China and Hunter, had the relationship and they were boyfriend and girlfriend for a long while. I mean, they went out for 5-6 years. I mean, they were going to get married. I mean, and then the story, you can't help who you fall in love with. So, I really, in the beginning, I was like, damn, that's a dickhead move by Hunter. But, hey, I mean, I get on Hunter's case, and sometimes, I don't like him, and I do like him, but altogether, he's Click, and he's Click for life. And shout out to my Click, you know what I'm saying? Mikey Nor, Buddha Guns, H. Diesel, Stace, everybody. Charlie O'Neill, Click, Shiz, Click for life. I say it all the time, shout out, and we are taking over. But like I'm saying, where would them guys be, the Wyatts, and all them? Where would they be? They would be mid-card status, like the Brood was, like the Hardys were, like even Kurt Angle was in the beginning, the Attitude Era, like Chris Jericho, like Chris Benoit. They were in the mid-card, like Edge. How long did it take Edge? I mean, he debuted in the company in 98. I remember that SummerSlam in 98, Highway to Hell. I was there. he teamed up with Sable to fight Mark Merrow, a.k.a. Johnny B. Bad, with Jacqueline. Jacqueline, you know what I mean? As HBK called Vince one time with that Jacqueline physique of yours. That was at WrestleMania 15. I was there too in Philly when Stone Cold and The Rock won, and Stone Cold won the match. That was Stone Cold, The Rock won. I didn't mean won the match. Stone Cold Rock Part 1, Match 1, and Austin won the title. With a regular referee, and Vince came in the match, and Mick Foley finally counted the 3 count, who was reportedly at the hospital that night. But larger-than-life stars, like if Steve Austin hopped on the train, everybody would know who he is. You know what I mean? Like Daniel Bryan, I mean, the next Hulk Hogan. Who the hell is... Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant in the Pontiac Silverdome in front of over 93,000 people indoors. Indoors. I can't even see Daniel Bryan friggin' slamming Sheamus. For real. I mean, it looks like that would be a struggle. I can't even see Daniel Bryan slamming Randy Orton. That looks like it'd be a project for him. Him slamming Cena. That looks like it'd be a project. There's no comparison. Larger than life Macho Man. Larger. Mr. Perfect. Even Rick Rude. Jake the Snake. Larger than life Triple H. He gets on a train or a car. You see him, you're going to know who he is. You're going to even know who Jim the Anvil Neidhart is. Perfect example, and they did this on the show. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I mean, The Undertaker's first WrestleMania opponent ever. And The Undertaker straight dominated that match at WrestleMania 7 in the LA Sports Arena. It was supposed to be in the Los Angeles Coliseum, but it was rainy out, and so they switched it. I remember that WrestleMania coming on. I'm like, what the hell? They're supposed to be outside. What are they doing? And they were indoors. They were at the old LA Sports Arena where the Clippers played, because the Lakers played in the Forum until the Staples Center came, and then they both played in the Staples Center. But, you know, it was larger than life stars. Roddy Piper gets on that train without his kilt. You know what I mean? People are going to know who he is. Kevin Nash. People are going to know who he is. Scott Hall, even Pac, Sean Waltman, the 1, 2, 3 kid, 6-Pac, X-Pac, whatever. People are going to want to. People know who he is. It's going to take a while to build these new stars up. Dean Ambrose, I love Dean Ambrose. He's one of my favorite wrestlers coming up. I mean, Randy Orton's my favorite wrestler presently. I mean, we all know who my favorite of all time, but Randy Orton and CM Punk is returning. I don't care what you hear. He's in cahoots with the WWE. He's going to be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble, and from what people are saying, he's going to win it. But what the fans want, and I saw a poll on the internet, they want The Rock and Brock, and that's what Triple H wants, and that's what Vince wants. Vince wants The Rock versus Brock for the WWE World Championship, and The Rock wins the WWE World title. And you know he's not going to be full time, so maybe he'll hold they're going to have to let The Rock hold the belt for at least 100 days. You know what I mean? You gotta give the longest, he's The Rock. He's possibly the greatest superstar of all time. And the longest he's ever held the belt was 191 days. The greatest superstar of all time. I mean, Hulk Hogan, might be. Bruno Sammartino might be, but Bruno Sammartino wasn't around, and it wasn't sports entertainment when Bruno Sammartino was in it. Like, if you think the crowd in the Superdome was cool, was that at WrestleMania in the Superdome this year when The Undertaker lost? You think that was quiet? When Ivan Koloff beat Bruno Sammartino held the WWF title, 3 W's and an F. WWF title for 7 years. So the WWE title he held for 7 years. And then Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff's uncle, beat him. I heard from old-timers, from everything, from magazines, I've heard Mean Gene say, you could hear that throughout Madison Square Garden. Larger than Sting, another larger-than-life star. You know what I mean? You would know. You know what I mean? I don't even know if DDP's a larger-than-life superstar. Larger than life. And that's what scares me. Like, if Cena gets on a train or walks down the street, you're going to know who he is. You know what I mean? Larger than life. Who is larger than life? And what is Dean Ambrose missing? That's what I want to know. But who's larger than life? And I hope Raw's good tonight. Cena's back. Let's see what happens. This is Joey G. Tomorrow night, What would happen if Triple H and Steph got divorced? That's tomorrow night. I'm Joey G. Peace.